Jamil Parker reporting for YSM Sports Media, here with JR from Boxing Source. JR, what'd you think of the fight card?
The whole fight card, I mean, you had, a couple things where you see Callum Smith, take out Hassan and Dom. I mean, that one was not really much of a matchup. You had Dom coming from middleweight to super middleweight against Callum Smith, who was, regarded by some as a top-rated super middleweight, so that wasn't going to be much of a fight. The Taylor Pursoon fight looked like it was very close. Some people thought Pursoon won. I thought Taylor took it with the boxing. She just, allowed Pursoon to get to her in the late rounds and get caught a few times. And of course, Joshua Ruiz, you see what happened after the third round. Ruiz gets knocked down, and then Joshua tried to take advantage, and then he got hit, and his whole equilibrium just went off, and you just saw history in the making right there.
Now, before the fight, you were preaching that you shouldn't let fights over marinate.
Especially in the heavyweight division, you should let fights marinate. Now, there have been a few guys that have said that, you just can't go too long without trying to make the biggest fight possible as soon as possible, because you never know when a fighter loses, no matter who loses. In the heavyweight division, it's the heavyweight division. So, I mean, my thing is here, you just saw a clear example of that where anybody could get clipped, anybody could get taken down, and Ruiz was the person to take down Anthony Joshua here tonight.
This really wasn't a clipping. This was more like a beating.
Well, thing about it is that what you saw was, when I say clip, I mean, what you saw easily was Ruiz got hit with a combo, went down, and Joshua tried to get aggressive with him. And when he got aggressive with him, he opened himself up in the top, over the top. So Ruiz just came over the top, hit him on the side of the head, and he just got rocked by that. And after that first knockdown, Anthony Joshua wasn't really the same with his head. Like, everything as far as his equilibrium, his posture was not there. And so once you have that, you pretty much, have an open season, basically.
What do you think this does for the heavyweight division? Does it make it more exciting, or does it lose its luster?
I think that it makes it more exciting, because here you have one of the biggest upsets, since Rockman Lewis, Klitschko Sanders, that opens up the heavyweight division and just says that, hey, I mean, anybody could, basically get anybody. And with Ruiz getting this win over Anthony Joshua, not only does it halt the momentum of potentially having an undisputed heavyweight championship fight taking place, but it also just says that, okay, you have now Ruiz up there within the top part of the heavyweight division right now. And unless there's an immediate rematch or something like that, or maybe, potential Ruiz versus Wilder for the undisputed championship.
Wait, let's touch on that. Do you think Wilder pulls a fast one?
Ooh, that is the key thing that we're going to be seeing over the next week or week and a half, is if you're going to have Deontay Wilder and his team immediately say, hey, Ruiz is the unified heavyweight champion of the world. We want to get that fight with Andy Ruiz. Because right now you would have, instead of Wilder Ortiz, you would have Wilder versus Ruiz. And with Wilder Ortiz, you will only have one belt on the line. With Wilder versus Ruiz, it would be for the undisputed championship. So it's why not fight for the undisputed championship right now? I mean, for me, I would go for it. And of course, brother Jamil, me and him have been going back and forth for a long time about this. So, my thing is that with Deontay Wilder, he's been a heavyweight champion since 2015. Mm-hmm. He has not had one unification bout since then.
Do you think that's 100% his fault?
Not 100% his fault. But my thing is this. Now you have Ruiz that's working with the same guys that are working with Wilder. So my thing is like, this is the opportunity. I felt that there was an opportunity in 2016 to have at least one unification, but it didn't happen. But now, you have all the belts. You could make your claim and say, look, I could be the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world.
But
why not go after it now?
But that also depends on what's in the contract as far as with the rematch clause. Now, I've seen guys maneuver through rematch clauses before.
Right. They've worked around rematch clauses in order to...
A guy that powerful, like Joshua?
That's the key thing that we got to figure out. Is Andy Ruiz going to go towards Wilder and his team and say, hey, I got all the belts. What are you going to get me in order for me to fight you and we have the undisputed heavyweight championship? In comparison to Anthony Joshua, who could potentially give him millions upon millions. Like, for this particular fight here, I think Ruiz got around, what, 4 million or 4 to 7 million?
7.
7?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you have a rematch, that could easily triple.
Well,
maybe more than that.
Yeah, well,
easily.
You know, wait, let me say his name right. The great Al Heyman. The great Al Heyman is definitely going to want the lion's share of the rematch. And I don't think it'll be in the UK. I think it'll be in Vegas. Heavy Mexican population. Because why would you win the titles and then acquiesce the location?
The key thing. That would be the key thing right there. You set up the fight to be in Las Vegas. With it being in June, it would be too soon to have a rematch in September. So you can't really do it like that. But if you have it closer to November or December, see if you can get as many Mexican fans to come to Las Vegas as you can, and make it be basically the biggest, as big as a heavyweight fight as you could possibly have in Las Vegas. So you would have a lot of Mexican fans, you would have a lot of fans from England coming to the fight in Las Vegas. So
that's definitely too fanatical
fan bases coming together for the rematch.
I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of fights on the strip that weekend.
Ooh, there will be a bunch. Let me tell you something. I mean, it would be to the level, I don't know if it would be to the level, but close to the level as Mayweather-Canelo. The week of Mayweather-Canelo, the strip was packed. It was packed. Now here, for the rematch, I don't know if it's going to be that packed. I would have to see what happens as far as like how Mexican fans welcome Ruiz as the new unified heavyweight champion of the world. But if they like, welcome him with open arms, have a bunch of celebrations and everything like that, just carry off that momentum. You have the rematch in Las Vegas. Big money.
Thanks, JR. Appreciate it, man.
No problem.